Hi, I'm trying to do a better job of kind of documenting all the silly projects that I work on. So, I've been kind of I guess I've been following cryptocurrency since about 2000, summer of 2014. But as of right now, mining cryptocurrency is getting kind of difficult to do and still make a profit. But one of the things that at home I have an NVIDIA GTX 1060 card in my we'll call it a TV computer. It's on all the time because I use it to record TV shows off the airwaves using a MIT TV server. And one of the challenges is I'm like, well, this nice video card's sitting here doing nothing, and I want to use it to mine cryptocurrency because it's just on anyway. One of the challenges, though, and I've written a Python script that kind of documents this, is that the ComEd prices can vary. The electricity company that I use, the hourly rate at which electricity is given to me, can vary quite dramatically. This is I'm trying to remember this is the supply charge, so I have to add 3.6 cents to whatever this price is here. But you can see when people wake up in the morning, a lot of electricity is used, so the demand for electricity is higher, so therefore the price goes up. Furthermore, when people come home from work at 5 and 6 o'clock, the price jumps up again. So at these periods here, mining cryptocurrency is not as profitable, but we're around like 2 a.m. time period. Good time, I think a flat rate of about 2.2 cents on this day. And it's sometimes here, I guess the demand for energy went really low, probably because the sun shines out in solar panels, and you can see the price for some time periods went negative. Now the way the price is constructed is I pay the average for the hour, so I'd still pay over 2 cents in these areas that went negative, but sometimes actually the average for the hour does go negative, so it's actually they're paying me money to take the electricity. Of course, in this case, you have to add the 3.6 cents. So going into it, the idea is that I want to run my miner during the time periods when electricity is cheap. I want to turn it off when the time periods are expensive. Here's kind of a gray area. I kind of think I set my threshold at 3 cents, and then I run it again here, turn it off here, and then turn it on again when I go to bed. But it's a lot of work for me to do this. And being a Python programmer, obviously I created this plot here. I wanted to create a smart miner that would turn off and turn on. And of course, I'm sharing this publicly on my GitHub account. So basically, all you'll need to do some setup, and my plan is to go through the code here in a minute. But so I run this smart miner. It looks at the prices, so it's currently at 9 o'clock my local time here. And you can see the prices are kind of in the 2.5 to 2.7 range. It kind of takes the average of these things and decides that the predicted rate for this hour is something around 2.5 cents. Because that is less than 3 cents, it enables my Monero miner, and it will check the prices again in about 5 minutes. And that's the first thing. It just keeps going through, pulling the price. When the price gets too high, it kills the miner and just sits idle. When the price is cheap, it runs the miner and keeps going. So if you're interested in that, you might want to keep paying attention. Oh, that's one of the things I got to fix. Paying attention. What I'm gonna do is kind of go through the code. So first thing, I'll look at my Python program. That what it does is it connects to the ComEd website, and it downloads the current prices and then creates a plot. So just for the demonstration purposes, there's a little bit of error. I'm not actually doing the live time. I'm actually grabbing it from January 3rd, 2017. Or maybe I should do 2018. That might be interesting. So I forgot the recent date change over here. But basically their system is you can pick a particular date or you can grab the live prices. Obviously with the real miner, I want to use the live prices. If you want to include the supply charge for me, which is an extra 3.6 cents per kilowatt hour, you can do that. I've set it to 0, which is kind of coincides with what the ComEd website would be doing. After many trials and errors, I have a fancy function here that gets the URL. Basically, this website here is the ComEd API, and it returns a JSON thing. So sometimes, it doesn't fail. So I've set this program to try 3 times before giving up. If you get a read timeout or a connect timeout or too many failed requests, it'll actually kill the program off. So maybe I should think about a restart function if I want this miner to run for a long time. I usually don't run into this unless like the ComEd website goes down for a long period of time. Also, just to be nice, I throw in some wait times, so there's a lot of sleeps in here. It's nice to be good. if you're one of these people that are pulling data from a server, it's good to be nice to the server, and so don't berate it with lots and lots of requests. You have some sleep in there, and I use a random number between 0 and 1 times the number of fails to squared, just so the wait gets longer with more fails. After that, I can pull the text from the website. I use the JSON library to convert that to a data type. I do sleep another second or so and then return the data. So basically, my main function here is get the data. And then, of course, the data is just a big dump of time and price. So what I do is I'm sorting the data here. I get a number of milliseconds since January 1st, 1970, and the current price. I take that number of milliseconds, convert it to seconds, convert it to the local time to create a time struct. And I pull up the day because sometimes we have it gives me the last 24 hours, and sometimes, we have today's and yesterday's combined. I convert the number of hours to a float, sort all the data by hour so I can create those nice flat plots. So this is kind of the sorting function where I'm taking the mean over the individual hours. And then I plot dark green pluses for each individual data point, and then the strong dark blue lines for the hourly average. And I put my own custom tip marks there that are corresponding to an hour. I like to put in a grid, put the labels in, and then show the plot. So, so if we go back and take a look at what this program does, it's just basically pulling the data, the current pricing data from ComEd website, and giving us a plot. So here you can see, this is from January 3rd, 2018. The previous graph we were looking at was 2017. You can see the price actually jumped to almost 50 cents per kilowatt hour from the 4 to 5 period. So definitely I don't want to be mining in that time here. So this day was pretty darn cold. So I'll probably just keep our miner off during the day. We can see, you can't see it because it's off screen, but I guess I can make it here. But around midnight to 1 a.m. we're about 2 cents. Now we're down to 1.4 cents or so, and then we're jumping up to about 5 cents. So it's hard to tell with the scale of the graph here. So I want my monitor to be smart enough to turn off during these periods because it's going to be harder to make a profit. So, and also the way the electricity is structured, the more electricity I use, the cheaper it is almost. So it's good to kind of have a miner in the background. So anyway, I have the smart miner code here as well. This code's a little bit more involved, so if you're not a Python person, it might be a little bit hard. But basically, I created a class here. I'm calling it Auto Monero, but I should probably just call it Smart Miner. Kind of the big programs here is that I typically know, especially in the winter time, which we're at right now, the hours of 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. are bad hours to run my CryptoCurrency miner. This is in military time, so also 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. in the evening. So I say those are bad hours. So at those hours, it's assuming that the price is too high, and then if 20 minutes into the hour, if it decides the price is pretty good, it will start again. So, but basically, in the summer, I'll probably set these as to be between noon and 6 o'clock because those are the bad hours in the summer. The morning's pretty good in the summer. And the mining cutoff price is 3 cents, which is basically means if the price is above 3 cents, do not mine. If it's below 3 cents, mine. So my class here is a couple other setups is you have to command in which you will actually run the miner. I'm doing Monero mining just because that's the one I prefer. I know a lot of people use Ethereum and Zcash as mining as well, and then other of those smaller coins as well. This is the same URL function that I just kind of copy and paste it between here. The ComEd rate, which is basically that function here, but I've kind of modified it for applications for mining. I have a function here that will enable the miner using the subprocess system. So it kind of runs the command in the background, tells you it started the miner. Otherwise, it will just say it's already running. And then when it decides to stop mining, I have the disable function, which grabs that prox and kills it. Waits for it to finish, and then finish. And I added a delete function, which means when you quit the program, it will disable the miner before quitting, which usually kind of killed the process thread anyway, but I thought I'd do it. So here's my main function. I have a count loop, just so the first time you run it, it doesn't take a sleep. Refresh time, that's how often approximately it should refresh the time, and I create an instance of the class that I've created above. And then I just have a forever never-ending while loop. So while true. If we've already gone through the while loop, I have that 5-minute timer wait. If we haven't, we jump ahead and create it. So first we get the current time. I just grab the hour. First check is if our current hour is one of those bad hours that I specified at the top of the thing. And the minute is less than 20 minutes into the hour. I'm just going to disable it. It's a bad hour. So we're going to sleep until the 20-minute hour. So it calculates how long it needs to wait for that 20-minute hour, and then jump back again. Actually, this is an error because I should subtract the refresh time rather than 2 minutes, which I used to have it at 2 minutes, but I've now changed it to 5 minutes to be nicer to the server. So minus it is going to sleep until the 20-minute hour, and then less the refresh time, and then it'll come back and do the refresh sleep, and then check the time again and see if it is. Otherwise, it's a print. It's a good hour to mine. So now we're going to go and use that function where we get the current electricity rate. In some cases, the current electricity rate will return none, in which case it's just continue as we are. Usually that means that we started a new hour. I guess there's one instance where it returns none, and the none condition is we've started a new hour. We're more than 5 minutes into the hour, so we're going to disable the miner, return none, because that usually means the ComEd website is broken, so we have no idea what the current price is. So have to deal with that situation. Then we get the final rate, which I showed in the thing. This is the current electricity price, which I think came out to be 2.58 cents per kilowatt hour. If we're double the mining current cutoff price and we're more than 20 minutes into the hour, that means that there's little chance that we're going to be able to mine more this hour. So again, I have my little error here, so I'm going to add. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have the program disable the miner and then wait out the rest of the hour, because there's no reason to bother the ComEd website with updated prices, because we're already over 6 cents and the hour's more than 1/3 through. So after it waits until the rest of the hour, then it's going to go back to the top of the while loop and refresh. If the rate is greater than the mining cutoff price, we're going to disable the miner, but it's not double the price, and so there is a chance it will drop again. So we're going to check again in 5 minutes to see if the new price, we could have started off the hour at like 10 cents, and then all of a sudden it goes negative 2 cents for the rest of the hour, and then the average works out to us. So we want to continue to check in that condition. If we made all the conditions, now we enable the miner and start mining. So this is how it works at my home using my 1060 miner. I think Ethopia has enjoyed this video. I know the production quality is not the highest, but it's an interesting video nonetheless. So, all right, thanks. And if hopefully maybe you'll adapt this kind of idea to your situation. So.